it going, man? It's Colin Daniel from riffninja.com, and we are going to study beginner's chords. I figure if you're a beginner that this is probably the 3 best chords to start with. There's a lot you can play with it, and it's a very good basis to add to your knowledge later as you study the guitar. This is a very good start. Some things to point out if you're a beginner is the strings. You should know that they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, from thinnest to the thickest. Okay? And you should know that your left hand fingers are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thumb doesn't count, but you can still use it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 on your left hand. Thumb doesn't count. It's nothing. It's important, but it's nothing. So now the chords. It's G, C, and D. Those are the first 3 that go together really well. They're in the same family of harmonies. Sound great together. There's lots of hit songs that have been written on them. This is the most common G here that I'm playing. I'm using my first finger on the 5th string, 2nd fret, the bad finger, the 3rd finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret, and my 3rd finger down here, way down here at the other side of the fretboard, on the 1st string, 3rd fret. That's a standard G major. Now, if you want to do what I was doing, then I just move the 3rd finger over to the 2nd string, 3rd fret, and put the pinky in place where the 3rd finger was before, which was on the 1st string, 3rd fret. And that becomes G major. It's also a G major. It's just a slightly different voicing, but still a G major. Okay, you want to try and get your fingers at an even arc depending on how big your hand is. It would be really important to where your thumb sits. You know, thumb should be sitting in the right place. A little more further behind the neck would help a lot. You have to be patient with it. You have to work through the chord till you get each string nice and clear. Just like that. You have to shift your hand around till you find the spot. If your nails aren't cut properly or they're too long, you might not be able to press down into the fingerboard. You have to find a way to get these chords clear. There's lots more detail I can go into this with, but I'm limited for my time here, and this is just a taste of what I like to do on my website, riffninja.com. So if you need to know more, you're going to have to go to that. But that's a G chord, okay? And this is a C, and I'm using my 1st finger, 1st fret, 2nd string, same, okay? 2nd string, 1st fret with my 1st finger, okay? My 2nd finger goes on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and that's my 2nd finger. My 3rd finger goes on the 5th string, 3rd fret. You strum 5 strings now, because if you add that E in there, that's one of the common mistakes of a beginner student. They want to hit that E, that low E. Listen to that; it washes out your chord. No good. When you practice this chord, practice by strumming from the 5th string down. Sounds great. Now me, I like to add a little more. I got really strong fingers from playing all this time. And what I do is I take the 3rd finger and move it over to the 6th string, 3rd fret, and then replace the 3rd finger where it was originally. I use the pinky to do that, which is the 5th string, 3rd fret. And that becomes a C/G bass. And I like it for country or alternating bass lines. Now it's good to hit the 6th string. Last but not least is the D chord, the good old D chord, man. You probably find this one of the easier chords, even though it, you know, it's just, for some reason, because you're on the high strings, it's a little easier to get. And it's 4 strings. It's an open D root, which is the 4th string. My 1st finger's on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. My 2nd finger's on the 1st string, 2nd fret. And my 3rd finger is on the 3rd fret, 2nd string. Again, 1st finger, 2nd finger, 3rd, okay? There are a few other fingering patterns too. This is the pattern I chose. I like this one the best. And of course, like, I've got a big hand. Don't let my hand fool you. If you're struggling with getting the chords clean, try moving your thumb back behind the neck a little more. I've got a big hand, okay? If you don't have a big hand, you might struggle with it. Don't try to wrap your thumb around as much as I do. Like I said, I use the D bass. I use the thing for the thumb for my bass a lot of times, and I got a big enough hand to get away with that. But you don't. You want to get the chord clear. You want a nice even arc here on the chords, and your thumb centered behind the neck. That'll help you, especially if you got smaller hands or weaker hands. When they get stronger, you can change your hand position if you like. But until they do, you gotta stay with the thumb behind the neck a little more. G, C, and D. Aren't those awesome? Well, folks, good luck. Work hard at this. It takes a little while. Practice your changes, meaning, you know, change back and forth from chord to chord. Have fun with it, enjoy it. And if it doesn't sound good, you're doing something wrong, because these chords are great, and they've written a lot of hit songs. If it doesn't sound right, you better check your tuning, you better check what you're doing, because I'm not going to give you anything that doesn't sound great. And as you can hear here, those chords sound awesome together. Have fun with them. We'll see you later. It's Colin Daniel, over and out, riffninja.com.